Good morning, everybody from Newfoundland and all over the world. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. We have a lot of clips for you this morning. Welcome to everyone. If you're new here, excuse me, getting all choked up. If you're new here, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Think about clicking that subscribe button and helping our channel grow. We got a lot of clips, a lot of ideas to share. And for those of you that don't know, tomorrow morning, real early, the United States goes into daylight savings time. We don't do that anymore down here. But I'll still be broadcasting at the same time next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time. That's Chicago time, Houston time. So get up early and change that clock. Let me say some quick hellos to Jamie up in Montreal. He loves it up there. He's never going to leave Montreal. Stefan in Canada. Let me say to all Canadians that I love Canadians. Canadians are great. Bring it on. Bring it on. Canadians are the bomb. I love Canadians. The Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We love us some Canadians. So if you're a Canadian, you are welcome here. James Mercer, hola, from Newfoundland. Hola James, great to have you in the house. In the land of ice and snow. Greetings to everyone. Buck Stops here is in the house speaking Spanish, and great to see you here. Want to set up an art studio? Come on down. Hey, I tell you, James, I love Morelia. I mean, I've been down here 20 years. I love Morelia. Also, if you're new here, ask any questions, leave comments, click that subscribe button, click the like button if you want to. I got clips. I got clips today. Oh, thank you, James. Great. Thank you so much for your support. Tom Sands, hey, howdy. And we got Paige in the house. Paige is in Morelia right now. And Paige, we'll get together for breakfast in the very near future. Encanta Mexico muchísimo. That's funny. We love Americans too, but not MAGA or wackos. Me either, James. Them Americans, some of them hey, but I tell you what, there's a lot of good people in the United States, but some of them just sickos. That's okay. I'm not going to go there. Okay, now here we go. Here, Canadians. See. Oh, here's a Canadian right here. Brian, pretty boy, maiden. Great to see you in the house. And again, always great to see that pretty face. I've lived and worked in Mexico since 1984, off and on. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in Mexico. Right now, it's about 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky that I can see out of my big window. It's going to go up to about 80 today with minimal humidity. The people are extremely friendly down here every day. And the good thing about Morelia is you rarely see anything but Mexicans. I kind of like that. But I love Mexico. It's very friendly. Surprisingly, the value of the peso has inched up compared to the dollar, but I think that's because the value of the dollar is going down with all of these tariffs going on. So let's talk about this. Janine, I'm not even going to try to say your last name because I'll really mess it up. Where do I live in Morelia? Let's take a look at the map and see. I don't even know if I can remember where I live. Let's go back over here. Let's go back over here. Turn off that message. Go back to the map. Let's open up the map here. Okay, here we go. I hope this isn't going to help any of the stalkers find me. I got a lot of people stalking me these days, looking for me. They want to know, where do you live? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in. Here you can see El Centro. I can actually see El Centro from my window. And over here is a shopping center. I can walk there in about 20 minutes. And let's zoom in some more. That's zooming out. Let's zoom in. Here we go. Here we go. I live in the southeastern part of Morelia, right on the edge of town, right here in the Colonial del Periodista. And I think I live kind of in a rich neighborhood, a lot of BMWs, Mercedes, all kinds of brand new cars from China over here. Zip code 58277. I love it here. And I don't have a car. I walk pretty much everywhere I go, which is very cool with me. Right behind me, if you look out, that's my back window there, the little rectangle up there with the light coming through. That is a park. It's an I can't even say it in English. And Parque Ecología, Ecology Park. It's a big mountain filled with pine trees right out my back window, so I don't have any noise coming through the back window ever. So I hope that answers your question. There you go. Buenos dias, Michelle. She is in Morelia as far as I know. Bill, have you met many artists or visited galleries in Morelia? No, I haven't. I don't get out much. James, the only time I get out is to take trips. So if I get out, I'm going around. I'm going to get out today, do a little shopping. Every day I do a little shopping in the local shops. There are a ton of artists here, but I just kind of mind my own business, stay in my apartment and edit videos and plan trips for you guys. Tooth Fairy, the one, the only, benevolent, wonderful Tooth Fairy. Great to see you. She is also in Morelia. Mexico is really beautiful. No racism, no BS about who you may be. I love the culture and the history. That is so true. You come down here, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to think about that Michael Jackson song. I forget how it goes, but nobody looks at me. Nobody ever looks at me funny. Everything's good all the time. It doesn't matter who you are, who you love. Everything is good. Tooth Fairy, great greetings to all Canadians. We got Axel Foley in the house live from the Poconos, 41 degrees, and we got Mr. One and only Matt Brazelton in the house. I think he's from Oregon in Ahihika. Wonderful little community there. My cousin lives there. Jamie's in the house. Yeah, hope all is well with you. Angela Morris. Hola. Hola, mijo. ¿Cómo está? Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here one more time live in Mexico. Right on. I am in the cool of Michigan. I'm looking for a good time. I got a lot of clips. Now, Brian Maiden, I'm happy that your president is I think that means Oh, our president, the Mexican president. That's Claudia. Claudia is bad. Claudia is brilliant. She's strong. She's extremely well educated, powerful. Trump don't want to mess with her. He don't want to mess with Claudia. Would just whip him up and kick that ass really good. He just, what little tail he got, he just stick it between his legs when he sees her coming. It would be very cool if you did a video of an art opening. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, what mall do you use to grocery shop? Okay. What mall do I use to grocery shop? Look this up. Go to Google and look for a place called La Comer. La Comer. La Comer. In fact, I'm going to La Comer after I get out the broadcast. And it is in a mall. It's kind of a weird mall, but there's a lot of stuff in there. Oh, they have a bowling alley in there. They have a movie cinema there. It is, I can see it from my window up here. Just look up La Comer. Another mall that you really want to check out, look up Altas. Tooth Fairy, help me out. Altas something. Tooth Fairy, help me. But that's a mall. Or there's the Mall of the Americas, but that's not the mall you really want to go to. But it's good, but I don't think they have a grocery store there. Whatever. You are very welcome, girlfriend. Very welcome. Kuban Tomboy. Ola from Dallas. Ole Kuban. Great to see you in the house. Hi, Tooth Fairy. Very well. Oh, Dominique in the house. Good morning to you, Dominique. We haven't seen you in a few weeks. Janine, looking for a good neighborhood for an extended stay, like 4 or 5 months, December to April. Now, let me say this, Janine. Go to, Janine, hold your, go to buildgeek.org. Go to FAQs, and under FAQs, there's the first link at the top. You will find Rosie. Rosie can hook you up. Rosie should be paying my rent. I've given Rosie so much business, and I don't make a dime off Rosie. Okay, she's fabulous. Go to Build a Geek, click on FAQs. You'll see Rosie at the top. All of her contact information is right there. She's helped Jamie. She's helped a ton of people. Oh, Michelle is in the house. She helped Michelle find a place. That's what I suggest you do. Contact Rosie. You got a lot of time. She will hook you up. Now, okay, now. There you go. People talking to one another. I was thinking about what you said about meeting the SA white folks and their and their attitudes. Yeah, man. I've only met a few South Africans in my life, and they've all been assholes. Each and every one. I met an asshole in London at a bar, in a suburb of London, England. What an asshole. Then I met another one. Oh, whatever. I'm not going to talk about it. Lisa's in the house. Ola from Amarillo, Texas, picking up our son from West Texas A&M University. And I give a shout out to all you parents that have good kids. I don't have any kids. The reason I don't have any kids is I didn't want to mess up. I'd be some kid's daddy. I'd be doing all the bad things. Next thing, the boy a criminal selling drugs in prison, and so I just gave up. I decided not to do it. Another neighbor here, A lover, another neighbor here in Morelia, David. Thank you so much, David. David, about a month ago, he said, "Bill, you live in a nice neighborhood. You need to get out and walk around, see what's right." And so I did that. I found all new places to shop just in the last 2 weeks. David, thanks for the tips. Yes, Claudia is the bomb. And I want to thank Lisa for kicking off the contributions to the channel this morning. This is how I take trips, buy equipment, go to the dentist. Thank you so much. And then we have, I'm not even going to try to say that name. Are you a permanent resident now or a Mexican citizen? I am a permanent resident. Okay. Build the Geek. That's right. That's right. You hit that right on the head. I love my time in South. Oh, I did meet one woman when I lived in Puerto Vallarta. She was a black South African. She was the bomb. She was the bomb. So let me take back what I said. Black or colored people, amazing, beautiful times. But thank you very much for that. Now, I don't know. Must connect. Yeah. Hook up with Rosie. Rosie has been really busy, but she always comes through. Went to Jimenez the other night. They have a great. Let me. Screenshot. I got to remember that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Cause whenever I'm on the road, all I eat is cheeseburgers. I got some clips. I'm going to answer some more. Yes. Altozano Mall. Yes. Thank you, Charles Williams. Try that page, the Altozano Mall. They have a very eccentric, grocery store up there. They have everything, but it's beyond Whole Foods. It's fabulous. Bill, we don't want Morelia to become a mecca for tourists from Canada and the States. Let them stay at the resorts. You are right there. Now, Ola James. Yes, there you go. It's fabulous place. I was in Zimbabwe and had so much fun. Not a white man for 100 miles, just me. That's great. Woo-hoo. Okay, listen. Okay. This is on my list. Okay, that's a good tip. That is on my list of places to go, and I will be there within the next 6 months. We have Liston Henry in the house. Rosie helped out Liston Henry. Now, do me a favor, click the like button. Thank you so much. Love me some Claudia. She got a badass attitude. Love me some badass people. Oh, Tooth Fairy, tell us how you really feel. Bill, please be careful. In the outback around Michoacan, I had a young man from Switzerland stripped naked and held by drug cartel for a few days. He was released okay. Yeah, I don't drive. I take the bus everywhere. And when I'm traveling all the time, but I only travel in the daytime. Once I hit my destination, when the sun goes down, I'm in the hotel. I don't go out drinking till 5 o'clock in the morning. I've driven throughout a lot of Mexico, but I only drove in the daytime. But sometimes you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it can be pretty freaky. So I watch my back. Pretty good. Let's go to some video clips. I got 2 video clips that are kind of irrelevant. About 10 days ago, I went to the Ixtapa Zihuatanejo area. I went to both places. I got about 200 video shots. And last week, I shared with you video clips of the Zihuatanejo area. And that's what I did last week. This week, I'm going to show you Ixtapa video clips, 2 totally different places. And if you're going to that area, you really want to hook up with this guy who kind of adopted me, Tony Taxi and Services. I don't make a dime. If you contact Tony, I don't make any money, but he was fabulous. I feel like now he is in my family. I feel like he is my brother. But he's from Mexico City. He's lived in Zihuatanejo for 25 years. All the expats know them. He's probably the only taxi driver in Mexico that stays busy all day. And he gave me a tour. I paid him 400 pesos for an hour. That's like $20 an hour. He showed me some fabulous stuff. And here, okay. And for what it's worth, I know I showed you guys last week, but this is the bus line I took. When you go to the bus station, you want to see when is the direct bus, because the direct bus from Morelia, and you want to go into Zihuatanejo. That'll take you like 4.5 hours. Beautiful trip. If you don't take the direct bus, that's going to take you like 6.5 hours. But before we get down to the Ixtapa videos, I got to show you this. This is the mall that I'm going to today. And if that looks a little bit familiar, yes, it's a bowling alley. This is around 12:30 in the afternoon. They had just opened, but I can walk to the bowling alley. I can be there in about 13 minutes. Who would have thought? They have big, giant bowling alleys in Mexico. That's the first time I've been in a bowling alley in 20 years. And then, okay, so I'm going to that mall today. I'm going there today. As soon as we get off this broadcast, I'm going to the mall. I'll walk right past that bowling alley in the mall. So I'm walking through the mall last week, and then I saw this. You see those people up there on the second floor? Those are young people. They all have violins. They're waxing their bows. Yeah, they got a violin class going on in the mall. These are things that they don't talk about in the United States. Mexico, scientifically, musically, in all forms of culture, they are fabulous. I mean, all people all over the planet, given the opportunity, are just genius, creative people all over the planet. But Mexico gets a really bad rap. But before I go ahead, this week, I am going to show you many video clips of the Ixtapa area. And again, I got in Tony's taxi. Again, here's his contact information here. I'm going to do a complete video clips, and I got some fabulous videos just because Tony was taking me to these places. And here we go. Here's okay. This is kind of off the wall. This is the view from my hotel room. Oh, yeah. This is the view from my hotel room in Zihuatanejo. That's from my hotel room. My hotel room was about $45 a night. It was called Hotel Zihuatanejo Central. I would not stay there. The room, I mean, the pool. Here's a picture of the pool from my window. The pool looked very clean, right? It's an open air pool. They have an open air restaurant. The people at the restaurant were fabulous. They had great cheeseburgers. When I'm on the road, I live on cheeseburgers and French fries. Yes, I do. That's what I eat when I'm on the road. Yep. But before I go on to Ixtapa, I showed you. I'm going to show two video clips. One is Zihuatanejo walking down the beach, and this is probably about 3 blocks from the hotel I was in. Beautiful beaches, people sitting there. I don't know if those people were Americans or Canadians. All of those boats. Tony told me that they had a sailboat convention the weekend before. Zihuatanejo is very, very different than Ixtapa, but you can get in a taxi and go from one to the other in about 10 or 15 minutes. And I just want to show you these clips here. Look at all the boats. You can go snorkeling, scuba diving, fishing. You can go whale watching. Between these two cities, you can do all of that. Or you can sit on the beach all day and drink beers and drink tequila, eat excellent Mexican food. Or if you're in love and you have that special partner that you can't keep your hands off of, you can just sit on the beach and make out and do the nasty right on the beach. Nobody will bother you at all. But that is Zihuatanejo, very different than Ixtapa. And here Tony's taking me from one location to the other. It's only a 10-15 minute drive on the freeway, but I strongly suggest visiting this area. There's a sign, Ixtapa. We're headed to Ixtapa. And next week, I'm going to show you all of the best videos I have from views high up over both cities. And look at this. We don't have this in Ohio. 1, Ohio doesn't have an ocean. 2, Ohio doesn't have mountains. All we have is flat land and a bunch of people who think like J.D. Vance. That's what we have in Ohio. J.D. Vance is from Ohio. That's why he was expert enough to write the book Hillbilly Effigy, because he knows all about hillbillies. But anyway, more signs. It was just beautiful. And this guy, Tony, he has 2 sons. One is going to law school here in Morelia. The other one lives with him. He works all day, every day. And I don't think that people in the United States would think that they have modern highways like this with all these brand new cars going up and down the streets. Another sign headed. We're getting closer to Ixtapa. And then Tony says, oh, okay. And that sign says Zihuatanejo one way and Ixtapa the other way. But then he stops the car and he says, Bill, get out. He says, get out. Look at this. Here you go. That's what I'm talking about. This is where I was 2 weeks ago. with the highway going through the mountain overlooking the ocean. We don't have this in Morelia. But also, Morelia doesn't have hurricanes. Okay. But he would pull the taxi over, and then we go down the road a little bit, pull over again, and here's what we see. And that is Ixtapa. And look at those big, giant resorts, beautiful beaches. This city of Ixtapa, population about 10,000 people, it's all like brand new, and everything is very expensive. The condos, Tony said the condos are going to cost you maybe 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, with a view of the ocean. That's going to cost you about $350,000. When I first got to Ixtapa, I was trying to figure out what hotel to stay in. If I stayed in Ixtapa, a hotel room was going to cost me, on the low side, about 2,500 pesos. It's about $125 a night. On the high end, it was going, well, on the low high end, it was going to be like 5,000 pesos, which is about, that's like $250 a night, which is a little bit above my budget. In that today, I only got $5 in contributions coming in, and if I take a trip like this once a month, I can't be spending $250. Maybe in 2 years, when the channel grows more, then maybe I'll be spending $250 a night on hotels. Then Tony pulls me over, and here is the Ixtapa Zihua sign. And in Zihuatanejo, the community refers to the town as Zihua. And I was on the bus with this Mexican lady, and she says, I'm going to Zihua. I had no clue what she was talking about. I thought, all right, what is Zihua? I had no clue what she was talking about. But once I left there, I knew what she was talking about by the time I returned on my trip. Let me take a note here. All right, now let me go. Oh, we got a bunch of comments rolling in about now. Okay, now. Okay, I'm scrolling up. Okay. Where did I stop? Oh, okay. Here we go. Char Williams. All people saying good morning to each other. James, where was your friend when he was kidnapped? When I was in Zamora del Hill, Hidalgo, someone was shot more or less every day. Had no issues myself, but my Mexican friends were careful at all times. John L. in the house. Good morning, Bill, for all your followers from Canada. God bless you. Yes, the buses are excellent, but they were a lot more fun back in the 80s. Mexico was really cool back then, but still great, just more tech now. Good morning, John L. Page. Looking for La Comer. Yeah, you'll find it. Now, okay. Oh, great diving. Yes, diving, snorkel, scuba diving, all things ocean there. Puerto Escondido in Ixtapa Mountains along the coast. Amazing beauty. Thank you for the tip. Las Americas. Well, Las Americas is close to where La Comer is. I did a video on Las Americas Mall about 3 months ago. Really nice malls. They got a Sears in there. The malls down here are crazy. I don't know what Mexicans can afford to shop there. Puerto Escondido. John L. Good morning, everybody. Tooth Fairy, the cartel are not interested in kidnapping ordinary people. I think people who are involved in narco should be worried about kidnapping. I live in the greatest country in the world. Michoacan is the bomb. I've been here 20 years. I've never had a problem. We walked from Zihuatanejo to Ixtapa. It was a good path, but we took a taxi back. Yes, and I almost videoed the path from the taxi, but I thought it would be hard to explain. But they have an excellent bicycle walking path between the two cities, fully paved, totally clean, wonderful. Just watched a video this week with the same beach. Marco in the house. Buenos dias, Marco. Marco's family is from Morelia. He lives in Chicago. I think he's coming back down. I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. That's funny. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, shout out to me, Amiga Char. Okay. Now, have you been to the hot spring cactus streams, small rivers that run through the canyons of Jalisco? You must go and experience this and make a video. Yeah, I did a video of a spring. Actually, it's a waterfall outside of Chapala. But I'm not a nature guy, so I don't do a lot of videos like that. As I move ahead with my channel, I think I will. Bill, is there a late night restaurant diner in Morelia, like around 9 to 10? Sure. Just go to El Centro. Morelia is a city of 1 million people. There's 1 million people here. There are restaurants all over the city that you can be in until like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I wouldn't worry about it. All over the city, anywhere you want to go. Now, Zewa. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Retired life in Mexico. Ola from Puerto Vallarta. I lived there for 10 years. I lived well, I'm not going to tell you everywhere I lived, but my last 5 years I lived in Cinco de Diciembre. Cinco de Diciembre, you got to visit the neighborhood. If you're on the main drag, if you can find the Sheridan and walk away from the Sheridan about 10, 15 minutes, you'll find Cinco de Diciembre. There's a wonderful market there. You can buy fish, meat, all kinds of vegetables. It's a Mexican community. Hardly any gringos living up in there. I'm sure you guys are going to visit Conchas Chinas, which is, whoa, that place is a trip. And the zoo in Puerto Vallarta is a trip. You only need to spend about 15 minutes in there, but it's pretty interesting. And then right across the street from the zoo is the it's the Park Biologica or something like that. You go there and walk. They have tigers in there, baby tigers, but have a good time. Live there for 10 years. David, $250 sounds like gringo price to me. Yeah, man, I ain't paying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't doing it. Janine, he was 30 and from Zurich. Great. Oh, not into drugs. We often did hikes in the mountains, but he was on his way to the Pacific coast. Yes, stuff happens. You got to watch your back all the time. Bill, I was able to connect with the bus line that Marco referred. I will probably use them to enter Mexico. I will go from Chicago right to Morelia. Good for you, Char. Good for you. I'm telling you, take some warm clothes. once you hit Mexico, and I advise everybody that takes a bus in Mexico, dress like it can be 115 degrees outside, hot and humid, but right when you get on the bus, pretend you're going to Alaska in the wintertime. I always have 2 pairs of socks. I have a extra pair of socks in my backpack. And I have 2 hoodies on, and I have a backup hoodie in my backpack. And I usually have 2 pairs of sweatpants on because the bus drivers in Mexico crank up the air. So be ready. Now, on my last 2 trips, I got by with like just 2 pairs of sweatpants and 2 hoodies instead of 3. I didn't have to put on my extra pair of socks. But I'm telling you, be ready. Ain't nothing worse than freezing your butt off for 12 hours. I'm just saying. Now, Johnny Williams in the house. Hola, Johnny. Always great to see you in the house. Does Morelia host evening classical or folk music often? I have no clue. Don Cole in the house watching from Chapala. That girl gets around. Sometimes she's in Sarasota. Sometimes she's in Paris. But great to see you here. And Verlaine is in the house. I believe she's in Canada. We used to catch scorpions and mix the poison with Mexcap to build up resistance. Young and crazy horseback riding in the remote villages with snow. Yes. Okay. I can't wait to make that trip. Mezcal. Okay. That's what I thought. Very good. Good morning, Senor Bill. See you are doing well, enjoying your day, planning a visit to your town later this year. Come on down. Yes. Yeah. And take some sandwiches with you. Take some sandwiches too. John L. Bill, love your concept. Thank you, John L. so much. Let me look at my notes here. I'm planning my next trip, and after 4 years of doing this, I think I'm learning how to plan. Like with my Ixtapa Zihuatanejo trip, I learned that if I can get 3 videos out of one trip, then I have clips to show you guys every Saturday, and I can be on the road for 1 week and off the road for 2 weeks. So I'm just getting that all figured out. I'm planning my next trip right now, but it's March. And I knew that Semana de Santa is right. It's coming soon, Semana de Santa. And I've lived in Puerto Vallarta, and that's Easter week. Easter week on a beach city is a mofo, because in Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, everywhere you go, it's a zoo. You go to the beaches are full. And if you live in one of those towns, it's not like it is normally. So I'm planning my next trip, and I didn't want to be on the road for Semana de Santa. So I looked up, well, when is Semana de Santa this year? And this year, Semana de Santa starts on the 13th of April, and it ends on the 20th of April. So the 13th of April is Palm Sunday, and the 20th of April is Easter Sunday. And I'm telling you, I think that's a really, I'm not leaving my apartment that week. Okay, now here we go. Lynn Thurston, watching from Central Florida. Hola, Lynn. Great to have you in the house again. If you're new here, if you have questions about moving to Mexico, visa permanente, 1-day visa, whatever, bring it up. I might not be able to answer, but somebody in the room can answer. Reggie, Bill, I missed last week's live, but I reviewed the recording. Thank you, Reggie. I hope it was worth your while. Have you visited any of the great Aztec or Mayan ruins? Extraordinary. I'm going there. I think this year. Now that I'm in Morelia, I can actually take more trips because I'm in the middle of Mexico. Up to 8 months ago, I always lived on the West Coast, which made it very expensive to travel all the way to the East Coast to see the fabulous things that you're talking about. Axel, how is your cell phone service in Morelia compared to the places I've lived before? My cell phone service in Morelia is fabulous. I always have a full charge. I use Telcel, which is the major cell phone and cell phone service operator in Mexico. So Telcel works all over Mexico. Like we're going live right now. I use Mega Cable for my cable company. And that's where I get my internet. But if that goes down, I can just use the hotspot on my cell phone and still go live. But Telcel, it's great. And with Telcel, every 2 years, you get a free phone. Michael and Louisa, Doc, GM Bill, just checking into the cast. Right on. I wrote a travel book about my time in Mexico in the mid-'80s, landing on the beach, low tech back then, fun as hell before the tourist invasions. Jehan Rochet, you should visit Zamora, La Piedra. I did a video on Uruapan. I did a video on Uruapan, Isla de Aguananzio, and the whole coast of. I did videos on 2 of those places probably about 2 months ago. As far as visas go, if you don't quite qualify with income, 60 to 61, can you qualify if you build or purchase a home? If you have visited Mexico before and you can prove it, you can still slip in and bypass, and you can bypass all that financial stuff. But if you haven't visited Mexico before, and you slip in, I'm going to say, no, you can't just come up and buy some property. And then as far as I know, but I don't think you can just show up, buy some property and say, hey, I got property now, let me in. That's not going to work. I don't think. But, also they're changing the laws. It used to be you could come in with that temporary tourist visa for 180 days. I'm not sure if you can even slip in with that anymore. I don't know. Talk to somebody that knows. I have no clue. All right. Yes, nice small ruins. I can't wait to visit that. Doc, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. This is how Doc, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. This is how we can make these trips. I've got a lot of video clips to share with you. Thank you so much. That $4.99 goes a long way. We got Tooth Fairy with giving me 100 pesos. Thank you so much, Tooth Fairy, my neighbor, and Reggie Meigs. Ola Bill, wondering how you decide which cities to visit. First of all, Reggie, thank you so much for contributing to the channel, so that I can so that I can actually take a trip. Yeah. Well, what I do is adios, adios, headed to the cinema. Adios, Axel Foley. Thanks for showing up and saying hello and goodbye. The way, first of all, I just look around. Some people suggest, oh, try this place, try that place. And I listen to people, check it out, see, can I get there, figure out how to get there. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, you look at the map and see what is near Puerto Vallarta. What places can I go to? Mazatlan, what is near? Where can I go to? Last year, I think I took the Chepe train, which was an excellent experience. It's like a 16-hour train trip up into this canyon. This canyon's about, it's 5 times bigger than the Grand Canyon. Somebody told me about that. I checked. Yeah, I think I was going live. Somebody told me about that trip. But living in Morelia, I'm in the middle of Mexico. So, I mean, there's only so much around Puerto Vallarta. There's only so much within 2 hours of Mazatlan. But here in Morelia, they have 9 pueblos mágicos. I've been to all 9 of them. I made videos about all 9 of them. I've only been here for 8 months. And so now I just look at the map and I say, well, how far away is that? Is that 5 hours? And then I look at the towns around my main town that I want to go to. And that's what I do. I just look at the map, go to Wikipedia, read about the cities, read about the history, see what's there. But that's what I do. And the more, Reggie, I've been doing this 4 years now. The more I visit places now, I'm finding that pretty much all of Mexico is fabulous. So that's how I plan my videos. Mary Jane in the house. Great to see you in the house, Mary Jane, as always. And Brian, pretty boy maiden, thank you so much to contributing. Brian's been showing up live for, I think, since the first time we went live. Brian Maiden, thank you so much for contributing to my travel fund. Puerto Vallarta is nice for the beaches and tourist zones, but I've been through Sierra Blanco y Negro along the road to the sun, then dropped down the coast like the Himalayas. Puerto Vallarta, I showed up there by accident. I would never, I'd never say never, but it is not my preferred choice. I was there 10 years by accident, and I stayed there, and it was great. But I don't have the desire to go back. And I'm happy to be away from the coast because I went through about 10 hurricanes or more between Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. I don't want to live near the ocean ever again. I'll visit, but I don't want to live there. Okay, let's get back to Ixtapa. So Tony, now check this out. This is Ixtapa. This is cruising down. It looks like Beverly Hills, palm trees. Look at how beautiful the streets are, all brand new cars. A lot of Volkswagens down here, Mercedes, Audis, BMWs. And they're on the left-hand side now. We're getting to the high rises. This is just incredible. Nothing like oh my. Nothing like the city that I spent so much time in, Zihuatanejo. Nothing like it at all. Look at that place. Yeah, you can live there. You can rent Airbnb in there. A lot of these places are what they say, total inclusion. I mean, look at that. You don't see one paper cup on the street. You don't see, I mean, look. Yeah. Oh, and a lot of these places are all inclusive. Um, but Tony's telling me all about these places from $125 a night or more. You can probably get up to like $500 or more per night. And maybe in 5 years, my subscribers will be, providing enough to the channel where I can go here and stay for a month, and it won't be no big deal. But right now, I'd have to declare bankruptcy, go up in here and spend like $5,000. But it's beautiful, very beautiful. Here we go. And I'm sure, I mean, to the left-hand side beyond the buildings is right on the beach. And all of these places, and look at this restaurant we're headed to right here. Sure. Okay. Let me click on one more of these. I have more. I have a lot more. So you have those big high rises right on the beach, smack dab on the beach. Then you have these little places. I'm gonna call it a little place. I missed some spots. Yeah, there's the big hotel. Let's see here. Yeah, there you go. Up close and personal. I mean, I bet this is where Madonna stays. Richard Gere, if you got the jack, it's no big deal. If you got that jack, people come down with their families, all inclusive, great food right on the beach. And for a lot of people, this is fabulous. I don't think this, whatever, right on. Let me take a little note here of something. Okay, now let's get back to messages, see what's going on. Okay, here we go. Okay. Mexico East Coast recommendations. No, all right. Now I have no East Coast recommendations yet. I'll be going to the East Coast this year, but I tell you what, when I was in Ixtapa, that was like 10 days ago. It was the end of February. The end of February, it was once 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was hot and humid as hell. The end of February, and as far I don't like it. I don't like it. Merida, I hear it's hot and humid all year there. If I'm staying away from hot and humid, I don't like it at all. So I stay pretty much inland as much as I can because I don't like hot and humid. I don't like the misery of sweat and needing air conditioning. I've been through that. Virginia from Long Island, 46 degrees, nice and warm. Glad to hear it. Via con Diaz, got to go. All my best. Thank you, John L. Justin, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. James Mercer, have you been to Acapulco? No. No, I haven't. David, that video looks like the Redneck Riviera. Yeah, I mean, I much preferred the Zihuatanejo environment, much more low keyed, not pretentious. I really liked it. Bill, you would love to see Guatemala, Lago de la Solida's paradise. Adventure calls you to see the churches filled with skulls and fires. Thank you so much, James. Okay, let's get back to some video clips real quick. Okay, now. Okay, here we go. Okay. Also in that area, they have shops and restaurants on the main level going down that boulevard. Lots of junk, all kinds of junk, keychains, t-shirts, all the tourist junk stuff, junk coffee cups, junk, and sunglasses, the whole deal. Or here Tony's taking me to this place down here. He's going to drop me off here, but you can also go and swim with the dolphins. And this is the area where you do that. And you see the sign right there. Delfiniti. That is, you go there and swim with the dolphins. And okay, I'm looking for my next clip where I get out. Here we go. So he lets me out, and now I'm walking to the ocean right from the place where they swim with the dolphins. And the ocean was beautiful. Totally blue sky. You can see a lot of Canadians, Americans there. I don't know. Maybe some of these people are French or Italian. I don't know. I didn't ask them. Whatever. And signs to get to different places. There's an island out there that you can visit. Again, this is the last week of February. Let me go back up here. Shops, dolphins. Again, the high rises. Okay. Beautiful blue water. I don't remember Mazatlan, the waters being that blue. Puerto Vallarta, I don't remember the waters being that blue. And Puerto Vallarta, though, if you dive deep, about 10 feet below the surface in Puerto Vallarta, then all of a sudden the water is blue and clear down there. I've done that. But just beautiful. And these waves are not life-threatening like Puerto Vallarta or Mazatlan. You can die at the beach. Lots of restaurants, and the beaches were very spacious here. A lot of room between the hotels and the beach, and these are all public beaches. So you can walk all along the beaches, but don't try going into the hotels. Again, this is the last week of February. The last week of February. And from memory, I think this is a Wednesday around 11 o'clock in the morning. Would I go here for a honeymoon? Maybe. I don't know. Would I go here just to be by myself and write a novel? I don't know. But this trip was a bit strange. All the other cities that you've seen me go to, there's the plaza, there's the cathedral, there's a lot of pedestrian traffic. That's what I like. That's what I like. I didn't see that here, but that's okay. I mean, it was beautiful. And on the beach, it really didn't seem hot and humid at all. There you go. I bet a cheeseburger in here costs you like $500. By the time when I got to Mazatlan, there was an expensive restaurant, and the cheeseburgers were $10 when I got there. 2 years later, the same cheeseburger was $20. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But it was beautiful. There's another small hotel. That's the cheapy hotel. I bet that's like $90 a night. The short one. But they're two really different places. My advice, I already have about 7 more clips to share with you. I have about 7 more clips of the area to share with you. But my strong advice, let's go back here. The trip is really worth it, but my advice would be to stay in Zihuatanejo. Stay there. Spend $90 on a hotel there. It'll be super nice. Or spend $80. You can get a super nice hotel, $80 a night. Fine. And walk the streets. You have music and all. You can go to the beach down there. But look and look at, again, I showed this at the beginning of the broadcast, but here is the beach in Zihuatanejo. But look how mellow it is. It's not pretentious. You don't have to wear a little plastic band to go in and out of everywhere. Nothing like that. People sitting right down on the beach. You can leave the beach and you're a block away. You walk around in town, see all kinds of things. It's so I'm thinking if to make this visit, stay in Zihuatanejo and then visit Ixtapa, just to go in, look around, maybe go to dinner or whatever. That's what I'm thinking. That's the advice I'm going to give today. Okay, now let me turn that off. Let me go back to chats, see what's going on down here. Okay. Now, I had my mind set on Merida, but I didn't hear and saw photos of the floods there until yesterday. So I'm hoping to get something safe and not flood by the end of the summer. It floods everywhere I've been in Mexico. Something has flooded, so you're not going to get it. You're not going to get away from flooding. Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Guadalajara. I tell you, the freakiest act of nature I ever experienced was Guadalajara. Oh, okay, this is going to freak you out. Guadalajara had a 5-foot hailstorm, a 5-foot hailstorm in Guadalajara. So they have a hailstorm, and the next day, most of the town is filled with 5 feet of hail in Guadalajara. But it's not hot and humid there. Okay, Merida is a furnace. See, and a lot of people live there. A lot of people love it. A lot of expats there. I don't even want to go. I just heard it's hot and humid all year. Now, Ray Garcia. Okay, Bill. Is there a tour bus and Malecon in Ixtapa? Saludes de El Paso, Texas. I did not find a Malecon, but I did walk the Malecon in Zihuatanejo. I did walk the Malecon there. Lenora Wilson, good afternoon, everyone. I'll have to watch the replay. Busy packing and getting rid of stuff. Pack and get rid of your stuff, girl. Go ahead and do that. Marco in Chicago, thank you for joining us today and contributing to the channel. And Marco, I said at the beginning of the broadcast, and I've said it in many broadcasts, his family is from Morelia, moved to the United States. Now Marco is he went to elementary school in Chicago, high school, college, all of that. Now he's an executive up there. I think he has 3 kids, getting ready to retire and think about moving back to his roots, Morelia. And he gave me a whole list. Once I hit Morelia, he gave me a list of places I should go. I got to look at your list again. I think the only place I've missed thus far is Playa Azul. Playa Azul, but since you suggested it, I'm going to go. Thank you, Marco, so much for contributing to the channel and for all of your help. Bacalar is a paradise beach zone, Caribbean area, but not Cozumel or ugly Cancun. Sometimes the roads in Guadalajara become rivers, so you need canoes at time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And James is not kidding. I lived on a street in Guadalajara, and sometimes it would rain. I had to ask the lady across the street to give me a ride to get to the other side of the street in her truck. I swear to God, man. Dang it, Bill, love your video clips. I got more video clips. Okay, here we go. I got a few more. Let's go down here. Where did I stop? Okay. We got a few more. I just got a few more. Let's start here. Oh, okay. There you go. A man with his little kids building a sand castle. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I mean, this is my job. This is what I do. How can you not like that? And this is the last week in February. But of course on the beach, it never really gets hot and humid on the beach. Okay. Somebody just hit the donation button, and I think Char Williams just donated. She clicked the donate button down in the description, donated $21. As always, Char, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Love you, girl. More beach. I have 2 more, and you got to stick around. You got to stick around for I have 2 more beach walking videos, and then you got to see the video after that, because I'm going to show you what happens if you walk off the beach into one of these resorts. It's really funny. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I'm gonna say I have stayed at many what they say all-inclusive resort places in Mexico. I've stayed at many. But it's okay. It's okay, but there's nothing like the small town. That's not it. Oh, okay, now check this out. Okay, now. So now, let me turn that off. Okay, so I've walked down the beach. I got all the video shots for you guys. I'm ready to go. All I want to do is get off of the beach, go through one of these resorts, and get the main road so I can get a hotel back to where I'm staying, Zihuatanejo. That's all I want to do at this point. So I walk into the back of one of these resorts where their swimming pool was. Okay, now check this out. Oh, and what I didn't say this week is that at the hotel I was staying in Zihuatanejo, they had a lot of crime in the hotel. They advised you don't leave anything valuable in your room. We're not responsible. Bring it down to us. Okay, so now get this. Here's what happened. Watch this. Here's what happened when I come off the beach and walk into the back of one of those resorts immediately. Here's what happened. Watch this. There you go. I wasn't in there 5 seconds, and Mr. Man shows up. Yeah, I was in there like 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I'm going to play that post again. I was in there 10 seconds, and Mr. Man shows up. And he knew that I wasn't supposed to be there. Security dive. And I'm taking these videos with my magic glasses on. So he doesn't know that I was recording. He was very polite. And I told him, hey, I just want to leave the beach. How can I? And it ended up I had to walk back all the way to where I came in because you couldn't walk through the resort, through the building to just get to the front street so you could get out. They wouldn't even let you do that. But I had my magic glasses on, and here's what the pool was like at that facility. Again, this is a Wednesday around 1 o'clock. A lot of families. I've been to these places. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you like that, maybe if you're on your honeymoon, maybe if you're with your mistress, that might be good. And you're from another country or something like that. That might work. But there you go. But I would prefer. I would prefer going to the smaller town of Zihuatanejo. Spend $80. I'm pretty sure for $80 a night, you could get a really nice place. Walk around, go to hear music at night, and be in real Mexico. Now, Brian. Oh, thank you, Brian. Rudy Clemens in Mazatlan. Hola, Rudy. Tell your wife I said hello. We got Steve in Kansas City. Are most beach towns in coastal western Mexico rapidly becoming more expensive due to the Americas or just inflation? I don't know. I have no idea. But I bet prices will go up just like prices all over the world. That's why. But I don't know. Now, let's see what else is on the list here. Okay. I only have a couple more things on my list. Next week, I do want to show Tony's card again. Tony took me all around town, and here is his contact information. He was just fabulous. He's totally bilingual, a Mexican. He's lived in this area for 25 years. His son's going to law school here in Morelia. He owns a home, I believe, in Zihuatanejo. Has a wonderful wife, and you can see his card. His card says the Ziua Gringo go-to guy, not just a taxi man. So whatever you're thinking about, you want to do, he can hook you up. He picked me up. I left my hotel to get my bus back to Morelia at 6:30 in the morning. I said, Tony, can you pick me up at 6:30 in the morning? He said, yeah, okay, I'll be there. So he picked me up at 6:30 in the morning. Oh, also, I had to get my bus ticket from Ixtapa back to Morelia, which is a whole nother story. So he saved me a lot of time and money doing that. He actually took me to the bus station, walked into the bus station with me to make sure that they did the right thing with me. This trip is totally worth taking, totally enjoyable. But I am going to say that it was hot and humid the last week of February. I can't imagine what it would be like in August. And that's why I'm here in Morelia. I love the temperatures here in Morelia. Okay, now. Okay, Bill, the train trip from Laredo to San Miguel Allende is great. Fun across the desert through. That's great. Great to hear. V. Gonzalez, buenos dias, still in God's country, Bakersfield, California. Right on. Great to see you, Lynn Thurston. Thanks so much, Bill, for your response. Thanks to James for confirmation on Merida being a furnace. That's what I hear, man. And speaking of Matt Brazelton, thank you so much, as always, for contributing to the channel. He's in Ajijic, and they say Ajijic has the best climate in the world. I lived there in the area for 3 years. And I tell you, the climate for Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, I can live there. I've lived in Puerto Vallarta. I lived in Mazatlan. And the reason I moved to Morelia was I came here in August, and it was chilly in the morning, and there was no humidity in the afternoon. It's kind of like Guadalajara. I much prefer in Mexico living inland. Okay. Best to avoid the resort tourist traps, big time. Better smaller seaside community. I don't want to live seaside. I've been through hurricanes. Well, Brother Bill, thank you so much. Brian, we'll have more clips next week. Brian, pretty boy, Maiden, Merida is beautiful for architecture and cafes, but it is the same as living in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, man. I don't even want to visit. I don't like hot and humid. Bill, when you were moving here, you did a video talking about the fact that it was not humid here. That was the final selling point for me. So glad I found that video. Thank you, Dominique. Yeah, I mean, what's today? It's the first week of March. Sun's out. I woke up this morning. It was 46 degrees. It's going up to 80 today. And I'll say it one more time. The first time I came to Morelia, it was August. Oh, I was living in Mazatlan. Okay. I was living in Mazatlan. Okay. I was living in Mazatlan in August, and it was hot as hell. Hot as hell, man, in August. And I came here, went to the hotel, got up 7:30 in the morning, shoot video, walked outside, August. I had to put on 2 or 3 hoodies before I could leave the hotel. Went down to El Centro in Mazatlan. It was August 25th. I sat on the plaza for like 2 or 3 hours. There was no humidity. August 25th. That just sold me on Morelia. I didn't see any Canadians or I didn't see any no signs of anybody except for Mexicans, and I liked it. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I might die here. Okay. Maybe not. All right, you guys. I'm getting ready to hit the road. I'm going to the grocery store. This is going to be a major grocery store day for me. Next week, I've saved all of the best clips from Tony's trip for next week. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button. If you're new here, like I will put up an Ixtapa video this Wednesday. But my goal every week is to show people that show up on Saturdays here for when I go live. I like to show you guys what the video is going to be about in this upcoming week. And usually if you show up on Saturday, you get more video clips than will be in the video that I'm going to publish. Now, so anyway, that's how we do things here. Oh, and Ya is in the house, my fellow Buckeye. Late start, but I will watch the replay. Ya, welcome. And I'm getting ready to get out of here, dude. But next week, I'm going to show some, Tony showed me some fabulous views. I got at least 13 of those. He drove me through some really weird places that you'll really enjoy. And that's my plan for the upcoming Saturday. Also, for those of you that didn't realize it, tomorrow, the United States goes into daylight savings time. So make sure you change your clocks. It doesn't matter if you guys change times or not, because I'm Bill the Geek. And I go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So whenever it's 10 a.m. Central Time in the United States, that's when I go live. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. James Mercer, I hope you click that subscribe button. And before you guys exit, make sure that you click the like button. Tom Sands, thank you so much. And again, Mexico, I love Mexico. Every day in Mexico is a joy. Richard Laura, just got your email here this morning. I got sidetracked. And Richard is moving to Morelia. He was down here last week. We missed each other. But I love Mexico. It's great. People mind their own business down here. I love it every day. Now, please believe me, Quintana Roo, Yucatan, Mexico are the most hottest places I've ever been in my whole damn life. I was there in January. I know. I'm not going. I don't care. I'm not sweating. I don't like sweat. If you guys want to go somewhere and live in sweat, watch the special YouTubers that only go to the sweat places. Only go to the sweat. You want to sweat? Find the YouTube channels that do sweat. Reggie, thank you so much, Reggie, for contributing to the channel. So I'm planning my next trip. I'm off to the grocery store, and thank you all. I'm getting ready to adios amigos out of here. Let me get my video all ready to go. Let's see. But for this Saturday, all I can say is adios, and I can say hasta luego, and I can say love you all. Que te vaya bien. I hope that I will see you next Saturday. Good luck on your time trip this evening, going forward an hour in time. Ooh, don't get lost. Because last year during this time of year for daylight savings time, when they changed the time, millions of people all over the United States disappeared, poof, from time change. That's why they don't do time change in the United States, because people were disappearing into time. So be careful tonight. Love you all, and hopefully I see you next Saturday.